Good morning and welcome to another video. Wouldn't it be crazy to actually do all my videos like this? How do you feel about this voice? Is it weird? Hi, you're now listening to FM radio channel 95, where we talk about books and shit and all that other crazy stuff on What We Reading Wednesdays. Anyway. For every one book I finish, I add 5 more to my TBR. There's just so many good books to read. Hi, it's a brand new day. Hi, my name is Crystal Lee. I am the creator of Crystal Lee's Chance at Life. We do videos from Moody Mondays, where you never know what you're gonna get, to What We Reading Wednesdays. Hi, welcome to What We Reading Wednesdays. And then on Fridays, we do Van Life Fridays, where we vlog about our alternative living in a van. So if any of that sounds fun for you, then you wanna do that every single week to the day we die, make sure you subscribe. In today's video, it is a What We Reading Wednesday video, and honestly, it's gonna be a sit and chat video because I wanna talk to you about a problem that I have. Because for every one book that I finish, I add like 10 more to my TBR because there's so many books that I wanna read. Yes, and that is our problem. And because of that problem, we're gonna talk about it by way of talking about all the books that I added to my TBR whilst being behind on my Goodreads goal by 7. Let me tell you, I was behind my Goodreads goal by 7 2 weeks ago. I started a video of catching up on my TBR. I read 4 books. I'm still behind 7. I can't do this anymore. But I still will. But with that being said, let's talk about all of the books that I have added to my TBR since March. I think there's about 34. Let's see here. Am I bleeding? Hello? Oh, I am bleeding. Huh. There's been a mosquito living in my van, and it's been feeding on me. I just scratched the mosquito bite and I was bleeding. It's just in the order that I just added it. As you can see where it says added June 28th and so on and so forth. Okay, so the first one that I have here is The Heart of Thorns. It is a fantasy novel. Inventive and heart-racing, the fierce feminist teen fantasy. It's a YA one. Why did I pick this up? This is why it's important to read through stuff. I think I got it because of a recommendation, or put it on there because of a recommendation. Inventive and heart-racing, the fierce feminist teen fantasy explores a dark kingdom in which only women can possess magic. That's what it is. That was it. That's the part. And every woman is suspected of having it. It is a series. 1, 2, 3. Is it a complete series? We don't know, but it is a series. Home by Marilyn Robinson. This is also a series. I think I picked it up because someone told me to. Home Parallels, the story told in Robinson's Pulitzer Prize winning Gilead. Okay, this is the second book in the series, Crystal. First book is Gilead, but I wonder why I picked the second book and added it. Let's read it, shall we? Hundreds of thousands were enthralled by I don't care about the summary of the first one. Glory Bouton, age 38, has returned to Gilead to care for her dying father. Soon her brother Jack, the prodigal son of the family, gone for 20 years, comes home looking for refuge and trying to make peace with a past littered with tormenting trouble and pain. Jack is one of the great characters in recent literature, a bad boy from childhood, an alcoholic who cannot hold a job. He is perpetually at odds with his surroundings and with his traditionalist father, though he remains Bhutan's most beloved child. Isn't that always how it is? It's the prodigal child thing. I think I got this simply because it was a cute cover. Maybe not this cover specifically. But also the plot seems okay. Next book is Lush by Rochelle Dowden Lord. 4 wine experts receive a mysterious invitation to an exclusive weekend tasting at a famous French vineyard. Avery is a cash-strapped sommelier, sommelier. I'm gonna go with sommelier. Avery is a cash-strapped sommelier and a wine social media influencer. Sonny, a rich American who owns a popular but unimpressive wine brand, and Maëlys, a French food and drink critic, and Cosmo, another sommelier who is one of the youngest masters in the world. It seems at first that these 4, I feel like something's biting me. I told you there's a mosquito hiding in my van. I think it's taking this opportunity to feast on my flesh. It seems at first that these 4 have little in common except for their love of wine and their belief in its transformative power. But but as the quartet awaits their penultimate night of the trip, when they will taste the only bottle of one of the rarest wines in the world, it becomes clear that each of them grapples with a private crisis and projects their ultimate hopes and fears onto the contents of this bottle, a bottle rendered divine by age and scarcity. I just picked that up at Barnes & Noble randomly. What My Father and I Don't Talk About, 16 Writers Break the Silence. It's 16 writers talking about why their fathers don't talk. Michelle Figet, she also has a book that's like Why My Mother and I Don't Talk. I don't know if I would read that, but it's just a bunch of short stories about people's writings about their relationship with their father or their mother. The Librarianist. Bob Comet is a retired librarian passing his solitary days surrounded by books and small comforts in a mint-colored house in Portland, Oregon. One morning on his daily walk, he encounters a confused elderly woman lost in a market and returns her to her senior center that is her home. Hoping to fill the void he's known since retiring, he begins volunteering at the center. Here, as a community of strange peers gathers around Bob, and following a happenstance brush with the painful complication from his past, the events of his life and the details of his character are revealed. Sounds interesting. The Danger of Smoking in Bed. It's a translated book, only 208 pages, very short. I love translated short books. Mariana Enriquez has been critically lauded for her unconventional and social political stories of macabre. Populated by unruly teenagers, crooked witches, homeless ghosts, and hungry women, they walk the uneasy line between urban realism and horror. The stories in her next collection are as terrifying as they are socially conscious, and press into being the unspoken fetish illness, the female body, the darkness of human history with unsettling urgency. A woman is sexually obsessed with the human heart. A lost, rotting baby crawls out of a backyard into a bedroom, and a pair of teenage girls can't let go of their idol. An entire neighborhood is cursed to death by a question of morality they fail to answer correctly. That was a lot, but it's a cute short read. Kiss the Basilisk. Now, I looked at this book and I was like, this is nothing. And I read the summary, and I know it is probably nothing but smut with a little bit of snakes in it. And it's a series called Spit or Swallow. You cannot tell me that I'm in for a wild ride, literally. That just includes snakes and a wee bit of a plot line with a couple characters who are hunching. Oh my God. Anyway, there's 2 books in here in a Spit or Swallow series. I don't know if Kiss of the Basilisk is a spit or the swallow, or Between Two Kings is a spit or swallow. But, that just came out. Between Two Kings? Oh, it comes out November 11th. Ha! So far, so good. A lot of high ratings. Good for you. Anyway, I put that on there because everyone needs a little bit of smut with a little bit of plot line every now and again. And I think that's what she's giving. Orbital, this is a book that I currently have in my van, purchased, checked out from the library. Oh, we're losing shade. There we go. A team of astronauts in an international space station collect meteorological data, conduct scientific experiments, and test the limits of the human body. But mostly they observe. Together they watch their silent blue planet circling it 16 times, spinning past continents and cycling through seasons, taking in glaciers and deserts and peaks of mountains and the swells of ocean. Endless shows of spectacular beauty witnessed in a single day. Yet, although separated from the world, they cannot escape its constant pull. News reaches them of the death of a mother, and with it comes thoughts of returning home. It's also a short book, 207 pages. It sounds interesting. 888 Love and the Divine Burden of Numbers by Abraham Chang. I honestly put this on my TBR because of the way it looks and because I just got an 888 tattoo, because that number is important to me. So yeah, Divine Burden of Numbers. Shut Up, This Is Serious. I wanted to read this simply because of the cover and the title. It's basically about a young girl going through it in East Oakland. I like the title again because Shut Up, This Is Serious can either be a little bit of comical or maybe even it is super serious. So I don't know. The synopsis sounds like she's going through some serious stuff, but maybe there's a little bit of comedy in there. She hopes. Another Fine Mess. I got this because of the cover. I put this on my TBR because of the cover. It is a horror novel. Sword Heart, I just put it on my TBR because it was from T. Kingfisher, and I have a couple of their books already in my TBR, which is which is What Moves the Dead. What Feast at Night should have been on my TBR. I wanted to read it since I think it's the second book in the What Moves the Dead series, or duology. I think it's just a duology. I'm not sure. But I added that simply because I like the cover and I heard good things about the author. Thunder Song. I saw this book when I was in Dallas, Texas. I like the premise of it's all these essays talking about, I think, indigenous people or indigenous people talking about certain aspects of their life between music and then the social stuff. So I added that also because I like the cover and I like the premise. Beware the Woman by Megan Abbott. I also picked this up or added to my TBR while I was in Dallas in March. This is in a different language. Beware the Woman. A woman and her husband go to a cabin while she's pregnant to have the baby at the cabin. Things go awry. She's getting a little sus and he's there. Beware the Woman also is a good cover, I think. The Cat Who Saved the Library. Come on, it's just an interesting title and book cover. My Friends by Frederick Bachman. I have 2 books of his on my TBR. I just added this because the premise is nice. Sometimes I also added this while I was in Dallas. It's about friends and as they go through life, and we learn about them individually and as a group. And I know Frederick Bachman is a good writer. I just haven't read any of his stuff, but I continue to add it to my TBR until one day I read him. I usually read women authors. It's just what I just happen to gravitate to, and their titles and their premises and their covers always pull me in more than a guy. The Witch is Back. I took a picture of this while walking out of the library because it looked like a really cute cover. Crush by Ada Calhoun. When a husband asks his reluctant wife to consider what might be missing from their marriage, what follows surprises them both: sex, heartbreak, and heart rekindling, and a rediscovered sense of all that is possible. I also got this because it's a short book, but Crush, I think, is just also an attractive title to me. These Impossible Things by Salma El-Wardani. A razor sharp debut novel of 3 best friends navigating love, sex, faith, and one night that changes it all. It's there. Is Salma a Black author? She is. I think so. Yeah, I think because she's a Black author and somebody obviously suggested it. Is she Black? Light skinned? What are you? She is Egyptian. Okay, sorry to you, girl. Next, where we at? Okay, Conditions of Will. I heard really good things about this, and Jessa Hastings being an amazing writer, so I decided to add it. I since seen a couple people do a read with me with this book, and they were like, "It's okay. I will be the judge of that." The Book Charmer, I think I liked it because of the cover as well, or added because of the cover. It's a series, the Dove Pond series. 6. Well, I don't really read halves. I did read the Powerless, the 0.5 in I did read Powerful, the 0.5 or 1.5 in the Powerless series. Didn't like it, didn't care for it. 0.5s, I don't know if I'll like it. The shade is coming back. Oh my God, we gotta keep going because the sun is coming our way. You see how I'm getting lighter? You see a little glare on top of the screen? That means the sun is coming for us. We're slowly getting out of the shade. And when that happens, we'll burn to death. We don't want that. The Last Chance Motel. That's, okay, Dove Pond. Is that me? Okay, wait. So I added The Book Charmer. I added Dreamcatcher by Stephen King because I really liked the movie and I didn't know it was a Stephen King novel probably until recently, and I want to read it. It'll be my first Stephen King novel as well. 4 friends plus another deal with friendship growing up, but also the fact that their one friend is not of this world in one way or the other. The Story She Left Behind. I think I added this from a booktuber, Shaughnessy, on here, who suggested it when she did a video with her mom. Miss Dalloway, I added it simply because I wanted to read some stuff of Virginia Woolf, and I heard that that's really nice. Also, it's a short book, so I wanted to add it to my TBR just to have some shorter options when I've probably read a long fantasy book or when I just need something quick. I'm never really in a reading slump. I'm always just in a busy part of my life where I can't read in general. But when I want to do something reading wise, but I want to try to complete it and to feel a little bit accomplished. I like having shorter reads, so I always have something there so I could grab that. The next few are like the next couple are shorter reads as well. The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath, The Metamorphosis by Franz Kafka, because I want to read more classics. The Book of a Love by Kelly Link. I added this simply because I like the cover. Late one night, Laura, Daniel, and Mo find themselves beneath the fluorescent lights of a high school classroom almost a year after disappearing from their hometown. The small seaside community of Loveton, Massachusetts, having long been presumed dead, which in fact they are. So I like the cover and I really love the premise. I added this to my TBR when I was roaming around Princeton, New Jersey. The seven and a half deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. She's trying to solve her own death. Right? Is that what it is? Evelyn will be murdered at 11 o'clock p.m. There are 8 days and 8 witnesses for you to inhabit. We will only let you escape once you tell us the name of the killer. Understood? Let's begin. That's crazy. Matchmaker by Aisha Saeed. A matchmaker wrongs someone and that someone is trying to kill her now. So that's fun. Foxes for Christmas. I think I added that because somebody at work suggested it. I'm gonna be very honest with you. I'm probably not gonna read it. Let's remove from my books. Thank you. It was a parent, and I added it, but looking back at it, my heart wasn't really in it. Water Moon by Samantha Soto Yambo. I got it, I think, because of the title. I added it because of the title. Let's see. On the back street in Tokyo lies a pawn shop, but not everyone can find it. Okay. Most will see only a cozy ramen restaurant, and just the chosen ones, those who are lost, will find a place to pawn their life choices and deepest regrets. This kind of sounds similar to the book I'm reading now, which is The Full Moon Cafe, where a cafe only shows up during the full moon and it gives you exactly what you need once you visit it, but you have literally no remembrance. You believe it's a dream, but the cafe helps you with life choices. This kind of gives that, but ramen shop. And you know what? I'll read it. I'll read it too. I'll read it. Vera Wong's Guide to Snooping on a Dead Man. I added this because I also have Vera Wong's guide to, Vera Wong's Unsolicited Advice for Murderers. I like the premise of that. It's just an old Asian woman who is known in the community and she's trying to solve a murder. But she does it in the way of being like that auntie, like, or how I've seen it explained is like she's an auntie, like she's an Asian auntie, so she's in everyone's business, but she cares so much, but she's also very strict, and she's trying to solve a murder. I think with all that in one, sounds like a really good book to read. I added Vera Wong's Unsolicited Advice for Murderers probably to my TBR last year. I even have the book in my small library in the back of my van, but I added the second book just simply because I know I'm going to read the second book, so that's on there. The Nimbus, I think it was a random book suggested. I added it, have no idea what it's about. A brilliant debut novel about a child whose literal enlightenment sets the stage for an exuberant tragic comedy of marriage, religion, and parenthood. Yeah, that'll do it. I'd read that. The Perfect Find by Tia Williams. Tia Williams is a great author. I read a love song for Ricky Wilde. 7 Days in June is also on my TBR, but I also added this because I know that I'm probably going to love it. If I don't, then we'll figure it out from there. But I added this simply because it was hers and I wanted to read it. Will a 40-year-old woman with everything on the line, her high-stakes career, ticking biological clock, bank account, risk it all for a lusty secret romance with the one person who could destroy her comeback? I don't know why I added this, to be honest. I added it simply because it sounds messy. I don't really like mess, but I like Tia Williams, so we'll see. Grown Women by Sarai Johnson. I think another Black author that I was suggested to read. In the stunning debut novel, 4 generations of complex Black women contend with motherhood and daughterhood, generational trauma, and the deeply ingrained tensions and wounds that divide them as they redefine happiness and healing for themselves. Yeah. If you're not new to this channel, you understand why I picked this and wanted to read this. If you're new to this channel, understand that when I read a book, I always I don't always look for life lessons. They just happen upon me, but some books are like legit going to bring me to revelations of my life. I like reading fictional books more than non-fictional books, and this is why. I think this story is going to be really good. I may cry. I may not cry. It may not even touch me where it needs to. Moving on. Black and Blues, how a color tells the story of my people. It's a short one. It's a short one. A surprising and beautiful meditation on the color blue and its fascinating role in Black history and culture from National Book Award winner Imani Perry. Blue, I think, is a basic, like I just said, blue is a color used to depict us, whether it's in painting, to light us in media, so on and so forth. So it's kind of interesting to see how that plays a part in that book. I put this down because I was going to move you a little closer because, again, we're slowly running out of daylight. Just kidding. Now the daylight's here. Calm down. That fine? That's fine. The Grim Reaper Lawyer, random messy book that I added in February. Okay, I think we're almost all caught up. Julie Chan is dead. Julie Chan has nothing. Her twin sister has everything except a pulse. Julie Chan, a supermarket cashier with nothing to lose, finds herself thrust into the glamorous yet perilous world of her late twin sister, Chloe Van Hosen, a popular influencer. Separated at a young age, the identical twins are popular opposites and rarely spoke, except for one viral video that Chloe initiated, finding my long lost twin and buying her a house. #emotional. When Julie discovers Chloe's lifeless body under mysterious circumstances, she seizes the chance to live the life she's always envied. That's crazy. Can't wait to read it. A Sky Full of Elephants. Okay, I think we're all caught up, actually. We may be all caught the fuck up. Yeah. How many books was that? I think we're all caught up. That's nice. That's pretty cool. Okay. And we actually made it to mid February. 1, 2, 3, 34, 35, 36, 37. That, hello? Can we please stop embarrassing me in front of my friends? We're glary. Damn it. The sun is moving fast. Anyway, also, I hope you ignored this spot the entire time. If you didn't, you're a hater. But if you did, you're my best friend. Hi. I added 37 books to my TBR whilst being behind on my Goodreads goal of 50. And that is fine because no matter what, we'll always have a book to read and a story to get into. And that's pretty fucking exciting. I also want to do this video just to add some options to your list of books that you wanted to read, because sometimes it's just nice to have a continuous list of books that we can read. It's a great it's a great problem to have, I think. Although I say that knowing that I'm stressing me and my friends out because I'm always stressed about the books that I'm reading or being behind. Thank you guys for dealing with me. But it's still a great problem to have. Please let me know if any of these books you heard of or added to your TBR, or any of the books that you added to your TBR from this video. I would love to hear it. And then if you also read any of these, let me know how they were, what you think about them. I'll still read them, but I also want to know what you think about them. This is a community of book lovers, of van life lovers, of people lover of surprises on Mondays, and I want to keep that way. I love you. I am grateful for you, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.